Okay, I'm about to just do a demonstration of setting up a Sinatra app with Postgres as its database and do using users signing in and signing out and signing up. So I'll do it from scratch. So I'll go through the whole motions of going through this process, driving down through a feature test and then a unit test for the user spec. Let's just get started. Let's get cracking. I'm trying to go quickly, so feel free to pause at any point to have a look at the code, and I'll share the repository at some point. So let's set up a Ruby project and initialize it using bundler. Let's add some dependencies like rspec, like capybara, like Sinatra. I know we'll need Sinatra. ActiveRecord. Let's just probably need rake as well for task and PG to connect to the database. Let's do that. I'm also going to use database cleaner. Database cleaner like this, maybe. Is there another? Oh, let's have a look at that. Database cleaner. Yeah. Setup. ActiveRecord. Okay, it's actually got its own specific name. They've changed it. Directly, each arrow has its own gems. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and require you. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, so now that we've required our dependencies, let's set up rspec, bundle init. Yes, bundle exec rspec init. And get rid of all this crap in here. Yeah, let's just see everything. Format documentation. Let's write feature spec. This will be sign up. Yeah, okay, registrations. A user can sign up and in. Sign up and in. Cool. And the other one will just be signing in, yeah? Okay, fine. So require spec helper, and here we're going to do feature. What is this? Registrations, and here scenario. We're going to user can sign up, and be signed in. Okay, so I guess the idea behind what we're going to try to do is we'll keep like the index page to be like the one that you have to be signed in to see. So when you sign up successfully, you'll be redirected to the home page. The sign up page will have its own like registrations page, and there'll be a separate sign-in form as well. But we'll worry about that in a second. So user can sign up and be signed in. So we want to visit the registrations new page. Okay, and then we do very simple fill in email with, yeah, just keep it super simple, test@test.com, and this will be password with test1, 2, shall we say. Cool. Then we click button submit, and what do I want to happen here? I expect the page.current path to equal the index once I have signed in, and I expect page to have content hi, and then keep it super simple, just that. right? We get redirected to the index page once I've signed up and therefore signed in. So I'll have to enable sessions to make sure that's all taken care of. So let's run this test. Bundle exec rspec spec features registration music or something. And I made a feature. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and require capybara rspec. I think like that. Requires a rack application. Yes. Capybara dot app is equal to, and then what is it? I don't know. User auth app. That's what I'm doing, right? Demo user auth. Yeah, user auth. Okay, that doesn't exist yet, does it? So require. Let's put everything in that folder. So app, and then yeah, and then app.rb. We'll keep this clean, so let's require Sinatra base and don't do anything else just yet. Require relative. Let's go into a models folder, no controllers folder, and get the app controller. So save that mod, yeah, controllers, and in this here I want an app controller. This is going to do the bunch of setup like class user auth app inherits from Sinatra base, and here let's not worry about it just a moment. Have I required it? I should have. So let's hold on. Why is that over there? Put that in there. Require controllers app controller. Yeah, that's where I've set it up. That's got required other things. So now I should remove this error message. We should have a different one. Cool. So I now actually have to have. I want another one. This is not going to have any roots. It's just going to do like setup stuff. So let's create a new note. Let's create a new one that says like, I don't know, index controller, home controller, fine. It's a bit weird, but it's probably because I don't have any other. The only point of this app is that, yeah, okay. I guess I call it home controller. I don't really know why I'm calling it this, apart from the fact that I only have one root on the index page. Hold on. Registration's new. The index. That's going to be responsible for showing the index, yeah. Which will just have the information. So that's like the point of this. We need to be able to get there. But the registration is new. I don't need to worry about this just yet. Let's delete this. No, we don't need to delete it. Let's just go and create a registrations controller. Registrations controller. And this is going to handle signups. And I need to make sure everything's required here. So I've got two actually. App and then home and then registrations. Home, yeah, okay, so let's grab you, put you in both. And here is where I want to have a root handler that says something like get registrations new, and it should be a slash and then execute block code. That is going to do something like user dots. Let's not worry about that for the moment. What are you doing? Go away. What I do need to do is send a file back. Okay, so this is going to be something like registrations new. I guess the form to sign up. So let's create a new folder, views. registrations new.erb. Here's going to be a form that is we're going to post to registrations, and here we have an input field. We're going to have 3 input fields. This one's going to be a submit, this is going to be a password, and this is going to be an email, and these ones have to have things that we're sending across as. These don't need values. And this one does need a value, that's what I'm going to be hitting, but I don't need to get that. Space, okay, this is like, how do I create a user? I'm going to send this information via form submission to the post registrations, post registrations do, and here is where I want to do my create a user stuff, create a user stuff. But I've got a few things to do before I get there. Registrations new, nothing's here yet. So successfully, if successful, I want to have a get root for here that does something like ERB index, and let's create an index.erb, and here we'll have something like hi guess someone. So let's not worry about that for the moment. Run this test again. Where are we? Enable find field email. That is not disabled. Visit registrations new. Registrations controller, registrations new. I reckon it's the Let's get viz. Let's get some sweet viz. Let's have a look at after we visit it. Let's have a look at page dot puts. Let's puts page dot body. Bam. Can't find the file controllers views, right? Because it's trying to get it from the wrong place. Makes sense. Go up a directory. So in my app controller, let's set. Don't know how to do this. Set root Sinatra. Config settings. Yes. Root. Set root with the current file. The directory of the current file. No, I want not the current directory. I want to do something like file.expand path from the, go back up one level, and the file, and close the brackets. 1, 2, 3. Set root. Let's try that. Cool. Okay, so print the page and get that in my test, and I submit it, but clearly nothing's happening, so that's why that error is happening. So registrations is empty, and that's the route I'm on. So we managed to get here, which is good. My form is submitting my test. I go to post, so I get the form, I fill it in, I can post it here, and here's where I'm like, well, I've got no database, I've got no model at the moment. So what I want to do is something like, I've got to make sure I store my, sure, okay. Let's set up the ORM Sinatra ActiveRecord and the database. So let's look at the docs for Sinatra Active. Oh, it's auto completing for me. Yay! ActiveRecord. Postgres. Let's go have a look at this one. What's this one? Have I got PG? Double check. Yep. I've installed it. I've installed rake. Yep. To apply migrations. Yeah, nice. I will be doing that. Do I need ActiveRecord itself? Don't think so. This is Postgres ActiveRecord. Such recipes, databases. Okay, I need a config file. That makes sense. New folder config. And I need to call it specifically database.yml. I can mention it will look for that. Let's call that a test, and let's call this user auth development. Demo user auth development, because that's the file, the folder name, and this is test. Don't think we need users and passwords for the moment, because it's all local host. Okay. Then what? First create a rake file. I want to be able to. Is this really the actual documentation? I want to find the actual documentation. Gem. No, this one. Yeah, okay, register. I need to register. If I have a config, yes, it will actually load it. Cool, nice. I need to register it. So let's go here and go to my app controller and register. And we'll now require the tasks, the rake tasks and your app in your rake file. Okay. Really? Bundle exec rake -t. That's what I want to do. No looking, so I do need a rake file. I do need to load everything. So let's grab that. I've already required such ActiveRecord. Okay, let's write a rake file. Put that in here. Oh, I require my app. This is going to be in the app folder. In the app, that's the entry point. Okay. I guess I do need that. Bundle exec rake. There's no rake tasks at the moment. I go to the app, I load this, Sinatra base. Ooh. Require Sinatra active record. Require Sinatra record. Let's see if that works. Require Sinatra active record. Do we also need to require a rake then? It's still not happy with me. I registered Sinatra active record. Require namespace. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Rake file. I've got everything here. Oh no, it's not here, is it? I do require here, but maybe it can't find it. So maybe I should do it there. Let's have a look. Grab that, put that in here. Okay, fine, nice. Okay, so let's set up my database then. Bundle exec rake db. Create databases. Cool. Okay, so I've got those two set up. Now I actually have to generate a migration to create a users table. Bundle exec rake db create migration. Parameters name and version. Name. Create users. Parameters name version. Create users. DBs. Created this folder. Nice change. Okay, now I need a. How do I do a change like this? Create users. Look at that. Create users. T-string. I don't want a name field. I want an email field. I want a password. What am I storing in the database? Not the password in plain text, but the hash of it. What else do I want? I want timestamps like that. where are some really useful? Oh, here. Null, false. Not like that, like that. Anything else I want? Don't care, don't care, don't care. String, types, article, users, create users. And okay. Bundle exec rake db migrate options versions scope rackend equals test. Oh, clearly migrate. I'll update my schema. Update my database. Development. Both. How's that? I'll think about that in a second. Don't think about it just yet. Okay, got my version that's today, just now. Well, they're really interesting. They're now behind. Thank you, ActiveRecord. Got my two datas, created and updated that, and the reason I'm doing this is I need to create my model now. So let's go to here, go models, and create my user.rb class user inherits from ActiveRecord base, and let's double check because I'm storing things as plain text. Yeah, okay, cool. Include bcrypt. I need to require bcrypt. Let's add to my project. Have I not got it already? Nope. Bundle add bcrypt, and then go to my model and include it, require bcrypt, and include no, it's a constant, bcrypt. And that bcrypt, okay. And I'm storing, yeah, okay, cool, I am storing a password hash, that's useful. So set it. Set the model. Okay, the field on the table, the row, I set it to be the new the bcrypt password. I set it to be the string, the hash string, and then I read it back out. Okay. I guess I'll take all of this. So essentially, I've written my own readers and writers as an interface to the database table users for the password hash field, to making sure that I only ever insert the hashed version, and whenever I pull it out of the database, I convert that hash and I get it into a bcrypt hash, so I can do comparisons on it. Okay. And this, importantly, is the same thing as my database field type string. Okay. Ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Where are we? Registrations, user stuff. So I need to go back to my controller. Here is where controllers first, no models first. Require relative models and user, and therefore in my home controller, no registrations controller, I can do something like what does it say? How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? You create an account, user, create, save. Okay. I don't need instance variables. We create a user from the params. No, we create it with an email, and it comes across as password. So password. What? Oh, now we use a model instance password. Yes. We set it, which will then create, and then we save it. Let's double check. Let's put it on the right hand side. Split right. Where are you? So when we do this field here, we're doing this one over here, the new password, that with the params, whatever it is, like test12, we convert it into a bcrypt hash, and then we add that to the model, and that's the thing that we connect to the database. Cool. Whereas when we read it out, we take it from here, and then we create it fine. So we post the registrations, we create it, and then we're going to redirect to the index. And here we have to make sure, no, let's not do the session just yet. We can add that in later. What? Where's our feature test? Go. Oh, database cleaner. Let's make sure we add that before I forget. We need to make sure every time we create a user, we are destroying our database. So let's look at the docs. Database cleaner. Database cleaner. Oh, okay, yep, fine. Individual one here. Bundle add. Bundle add. Bundle add. Oh, I've already got it. I've already got it. Gem file. Yeah, I've already got it. Nice. So, I guess my spec folder. Let's create an extension. Let's create a helper. Support database cleaner RB. Here's we're going to require database cleaner active record. Is that what I have to do? Database require code require. Do I require? Where is it? Require. Okay, slash. Always gem name is slightly different from folders that you need to require. Okay, require database cleaner active record, and then I guess I wrap that in a for block for rspec trends. Okay, so here I want to do something like strategy, and then rspec dot configure do is a do with the named argument config end, and then config before each block of code that says that. Okay, so we'll clean around every example with the truncation strategy, which means we just get rid of all the data out of tables, but we don't drop the tables. But we do delete everything. All right, run feature test again. Oh, I need to require it. So where's this file? Support, database cleaner, inspec helper, require relative. Ooh, require relative. Relative. How many times have I ever done that in my life? Support and database cleaner. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of those logs. Let's get rid of that. Submit. Expected they got registrations, so we paused here somewhere. So let's have a look at p.user. We haven't printed that out, so something's happened in the user stuff. User. Here. Maybe I just have a look at the page. Registration, submit, p puts page dot body. What errors is it showing me? Where you must pass a hash as an argument. Okay. Registrations controller. Email. Params email. Hi. Okay, cool. So page of content, high test column and hightest.com. Okay. So what happened? I got to the redirect and it didn't. I don't have any way at the moment to show anything. So why don't I define a current user? Current user dot email, and in my app controller, def current user is, oh, this is where I need to add to the session. Enable sessions. So in here, let's do user.save and wrap it in a block code that says user.new password if user.save. Let's redirect to there. Else. Let's not worry about this condition for the moment. Here we go, session, add user ID is equal to user.id, and as a result in my app controller I can do something like user.findById and get the session user ID. That'll be nil, or it'll be the user. So the moment I'll break it if I ever go to the index without signing in or registering, so you need to have a redirect at some point, but let's not worry about that yet because authentication is that business. Run. What is the error message? False is not a symbol. Enable sessions. App controller, enable sessions. Cool. All right. So using can sign up and sign in. So far, so good. There are a few things I did without testing. Let's have a look at, should I know? Because the whole point of this demonstration is making sure we can set up these two features, registration and user authentication. I might do it in this part where I come back and make sure these things are fully tested, but I'm trying to test for everything, which doesn't need to be 100%. I'm just showing you my approach. Okay, so let's write, let's just see where we got to. First of all, bundle exec backup. Yeah, okay, that's right. Config.ru, I haven't run it at all so far. Here, I guess I require my app, and I run my user auth app. Okay, 9292. Localhost 9292. Yeah. Bookmarks. That was a sneaky little inception there. Let's go to registrations. New. Let's go test and test 1, 2. Cool. Goes here. High test.com. So far, so good. New feature. We can sign in, sign out. Feature folder authentication. No sessions. No authentication. Sessions. Let's say sessions. So we'll also need a sessions controller, but let's write the spec first. User can sign in. Spec. Okay. Let's grab everything here. Let's go here. And sessions scenario, user can sign in. We visit the sign in, visit sign in, and fill in email and password and click submit. Therefore, we need to have created a user first. So before do, I guess we do something like that. User is equal to user.new email and password test.com test12, and here we don't do it there because we need to use our own methods. User.password is equal to test12, then we save the user. Okay, so we have a user in our database and we have those email address and password, so then we do something like visit the sign in, fill in the email and password with the same things, and click and submit. We should therefore be redirected to the index page and we go visit /sign in. We also have that's the opposite. If something's invalid, visit email with incorrect. And is redirected. So my current path to be sign in. Keep that for the moment. Wrong email and wrong password. Sign in. We get this. We get the right one, but the wrong password. So those are the tests that I think I want. Let's go to that. Let's run them. Let's do number 10 first. Exec, rspec, spec, feature, sessions, whatever that is, and test starting on line 10. Can't find it. Yep. So let's go to our new controller called our sessions controller. Let's make sure we add it here. Sesh. And grab that, put it here, get sign in. And we're going to go sessions new. Let's not worry about new just yet. Here we have ERB views, new folder, sessions. Here's going to be new sessions, yes. And then new.erb. A new session is going to be something like a new form, but we're going to go to the sessions root and the same email and password. The session controller, I guess we should call it the sessions controller. Come on, Edward. Sessions controller is the right resource, which means we need to make sure it's a session. Oh, I have it actually. Look at that. Spot my mistake. We get the right form. We get the form, and we're going to post it over to the sessions root, and here we're going to do user.authenticate. We'll have to write this in a second with email, which is from the params email, and we also have to authenticate with the password, which is from params password. Okay, we authenticate. I guess we'll return a user if it is valid, and otherwise nil if it's not. So if user, and then we add to the session user ID is equal to user.id, and we redirect to the index page, else we're going to redirect back to the sign-in page. Redirect to the sign-in. Okay. Okay, so sessions user can sign in. We expect the index, and we got the sessions. So we got to here, and we haven't written the authenticate method. So let's write an authenticate method. Spec, new folder, unit, and we're going to call this our user spec, user spec.rb. And let's have the user model up to the right, split right. So here we're going to have require app models user, describe user do, and here we're going to do something like, it's an example, it can authenticate. It's a silly name for a test, hold on. When valid, I guess I probably should wrap this in a describe for the authenticate method. Guess when valid returns user when valid. Okay. So what I want to do is user describe class dot authenticate, and I want to pass it with email and the correct thing. So in order to, I need to have already created a user. So if I go to my sessions, let's grab that and go back to our user spec and do here. Yeah, fine, let's do it here. Before do end, and we create a user, and then I want to authenticate, so I should do something which is the same. Authenticate, oh yeah, okay, email, and password is test12, and let's store the results. Here expect user to equal not to equal nil. Yeah, should be good enough at the moment. Let's see the other two conditions. Returns nil when email invalid, when password invalid. Okay, we authenticate with the email invalid incorrect, and with password invalid incorrect. We expect those to be nil. Okay, let's run our unit test. We don't have a unit test at the moment. Bundle exec rspec spec unit and user spec. Let's roll them, see what happens. I should just have a bunch of like no methods. Yeah, okay. Def self.authenticate, and I'm going to put that at the top because it's this class method. I'm going to go by email and password, and here I'm going to end. I'm going to try and authenticate going something like return nil if. Got to have two of these conditions, and then I'm going to return the user, which means I've got to find the user. So ActiveRecord has a find by method, find by email, and I can find by the email. This is going to return the user if it finds it or nil. So if user return nil unless user, yeah. Or we do if user.nil, Return nil if the passwords don't match, right? So then we do something like user.password, and it has to be on the left-hand side because that's the bcrypt hash, is equal to password. It comes in from here, and if they don't equal, and then return the user otherwise. Let's run that. Boom. Go over that space. I've got an authenticate method. Let's go back to my sessions controller. So that's now authenticatable. If you just do it, let's run my feature test. User can sign in. Let's double check what my assertion is on the session. User can sign in. It's just this one. Cool. So create a user. I go to the sign in. It redirects me to here and has my email name. Nice. Okay, so let's make sure the other ones are working. So let's do 2019. Wrong email is redirected. Back to the sign in. And 27. Cool. So I can sign in. I want to be redirected if I'm not signed in and I try and go to the index page. So let's do that. Scenario. A user redirected if not signed in. Visit here and expect page or current path to equal here because I have not signed in. $35. Cool. So let's add like a redirect. So go to the app controller actually. Let's say before simply just that one. Any requests to the index. Let's authenticate. The authenticate method def authenticate means we have to look at the current user if there is a current user. And as current user, if we execute the current user, this will either be nil or a user. So we want to be true or false. No. We want to go if something. No. We want to redirect to sign in if current user dot nil. Cool. Let's run all my tests, run the exact pass spec. So examples, 0 failures. Cool. Let's have a look at what's going on. So bundle exec rackup. Refresh the page, get redirected to the sign in. Try again, redirected to the sign in. Cool. Test.test.com. Test 1, 2. Hi. Test.test.com. Cool, so I can sign in. If I try to do something that doesn't exist, clearly it's an email field. Okay, fine, Edward. Test.com. It redirects me here because it's not valid. I'm doing no flash notices at the moment because that's not the point of this exercise. Cool. Okay, so let's try and make sure we can sign out. So let's add a feature, sessions, scenario, a user can sign out. What I want to do, we created a user, we've got to sign in the user. No, that's the wrong password. Here, user can sign in. And then you should see a sign out button. So let's click button, sign out. And we should expect we should be expected to be redirected, right? So then if we go visit here, we expect to be here. Visit ActiveRecord profiles to sign in. Yeah. We go to the visit page, we sign in, we expect to be in over here. We should see a button that says sign out. Click the button sign out, and then we visit. When we hit sign out, what happens? Doesn't matter, but if we then try and go to the next page, it should redirect us because we're not signed in. Line 40. Cool. So on the index page, we can't see it unless we're signed in, so it doesn't matter if we're signed in, we should see a sign out button. So our sign out button will be here. It will be, doesn't really matter where it is, don't even think about it. Let's have a form. That's going to be our sessions. We're going to post, but we're going to override it with a hidden. And we're going to be like method and delete. And we're going to do that, and that's going to be enough. The value is, yeah, okay, delete. And we don't want, we need a submit button to send the request. We don't need a name for it. We do need a value that's like a sign out. Cool. So we don't have the ability to control this at the moment, so let's add it in, delete sessions, do end. We're going to session.delete user ID. We'll delete this key. To remove it, and then we're going to redirect to sign in. Expected sign in got here. So we redirect to sign in. Because I haven't activated it, have I? How do I do it? It's like something like app controller enable method override. Method override. Yeah, boom. Let's double check that works. So bundle exec rack up. 92. Go here, sign up. I've already got one at test 1.2. Test 1.2. Sign out. Go back to sign in. I'm not signed in anymore. Cool. I think that's pretty much it. What I want to do. What have I done? I've done sign up. I can sign up and be signed in. Let's double check I can do that. Go here and go to registrations new. Let's do, I don't know, yo@yoyo.com and test 1, 2. Submit. And go to here and I can sign out. Nice. That's all I want to do, folks. I've created a simple Sinatra app that can do sign in and sign out and create users using ActiveRecord as my ORM to interact with the Postgres database I've set up. Using database cleaner to clean my tables and clean my database, and that's it really. So thanks for watching, folks.